My girlfriend and I, we've been together for 7 years, almost 7 years. We've experienced many things together, been on multiple vacations, know each other thoroughly, and last summer I managed to surprise her big time. So this is my story of the beginning of our story. Last year I'd planned a summer trip to Vietnam. It's been my dream to see Ha Long Bay since forever, and it lined up nicely with the fact that I had planned to propose to my girlfriend. All I needed was a plan, so I had to get a few things sorted out. The reason I chose this vacation was to surprise my girlfriend. The surprise part of a proposal is always important, but for us it meant a lot more. You see, about a year earlier, Anna and I were at some friend's place playing a board game. I can't remember what the game was, but it was one of those games where you get to know each other better. Anyways, my girlfriend, Anna, got the question. Name the one thing you find most romantic. I then had to guess what she answered, and this one was super easy for me. The most romantic thing she knew was being surprised. Of course, not the crazy kind of surprise, but the good kind. Anyways, our trip would start with a quick layover in Doha Airport before flying to Hanoi. A fun thing actually happened in Hanoi. We joined a group tour walking around the streets of Hanoi, trying different street foods. Our local guide, who was a great guy by the way, talked quite a bit about everything and nothing, like typical guide stuff. Sometime after we tried the pork sandwich, he asked if we were on a honeymoon together. I explained that we weren't engaged or married, we were just boyfriend and girlfriend, but that we've been together for 6 years at this point. For the rest of our evening tour, he would continuously joke about the fact that we weren't married. He would point out every store which sold wedding dresses, ask who would be invited to our wedding, what food we would be serving, all that shit. All for a great laugh for the group and Anna. If only they had known about the ring I had in my bag. Hidden in plain sight, the ring was kept a secret throughout the trip. Whenever she would unpack our bag, I just had to keep calm and let her do her thing. Just act normal. It was hard at times, but she would have noticed if I acted differently than normal. Anyways, after a brief stay in the capital of Vietnam, we would begin our Ha Long Bay adventure. My initial idea was to propose whilst on the cruise ship. I quickly changed my mind, however. It just didn't feel right. I mean, the picture perfect location was there with the sunset and all the boats, but I didn't have that this is it feeling. So, what do I do now? I had a few ideas for other places, but none seemed right until we arrived at Hoi An. We arrived in Hoi An during a lunar festival and it was perfect. Romantic, ancient town, white sand, blue waters, very romantic. This was it. I thought about doing it in the actual center of Hoi An, but with hundreds of people around, it didn't feel personal and private. I wanted this moment to be special for just the two of us. So one early morning on day 14, I asked Anna if she wanted to go down to the beach with me to shoot a time lapse. And there wasn't anything weird about this. Anna was used to me setting up the camera whenever I got the chance. Once I got my camera set up, I told her we should go sit in the center of the shot, just to give it a bit more personal touch. And at this point my heart was hammering. I knew I was gonna do it now. This had to be it. And so I pointed out a part of the city to the left of Anna, where we had been the day before, and in that brief moment, when she looked away, I pulled out the ring and went on my knees. And she said yes. And she never saw it coming. Later on the vacation, I told Anna another big reason for choosing Vietnam as the location of the proposal. You see, I always wanted to travel and see the world. And after a big fancy wedding, there's the honeymoon. A great chance to experience other countries. And so I thought it would be fitting if the honeymoon and the place I proposed would be connected somehow. And it just so happens that of the very few countries on earth where two landmasses are opposed to each other are Vietnam and Peru. So Halong Bay is done, checked off the bucket list, we're engaged, and hopefully my photography skills will have improved when we visit Machu Picchu.